to the Greek one I was talking to you about,
Olive
right?
tree.
Again,
I didn't
have
know
an
there was
olive.
anything spiritual about it, because I spent a lot of
Really?
time. No, yeah, I spent a lot of time cycling in a olive. It was called Olive Way, because both sides there were farms of olive trees, farms and farms. Max I did was I tried to eat the fruit and it was absolutely unripe, so it was horribly tasting. So I just threw it back. That's what I went on. I didn't know there was anything spiritual. What are the
Olive
connections?
is the most spiritually significant tree in the biblical and actually both in Christianity as well as Jewish and Muslim beliefs. One of the things was how the Greek city Athens was called Athens. So Athens, is named after the god Athena. Okay, Athena is a Greek god. So when city of Athens was formed, it was not yet named Athens. And then the Greek king kind of called upon the two goddesses. If I remember, I think one was the goddess of sea, and the other was Athena. And they were told, you will have a competition, create something magical, and then let the people of the city decide who they want to pick as the new chieftain of the city. The goddess of the sea kind of stuck a arrow into the ground, and a water sprinkler kind of came out of the earth, and sea water kind of gushed out, because he was also the goddess of sea and all of that. And then Athena actually created a magical olive tree out of it, which kind of bore fruits and all of that. And the people of Athens kind of chose the Athena as the new ruler of the city, and that is how the name of the city came out to be Athens. That is only one of the story. Olive has Noah's Ark. Have you heard of the dove and the olive? A dove carrying the olive branch.
Oh, olive branch. Okay.
Okay.
I never thought of it.
Symbol of peace and prosperity and all of that, right? That is because when the earth was flooded and Noah's Ark was Noah was in kind of hiding,
looking for
and
land and stuff.
Exactly. He sent the dove to go look for it, and dove brought back the olive branch, and that became the symbol of things. Otherwise, olive is you talk to. I've had Middle Eastern friends. Middle Eastern moms use olive as a medicine for everything and anything. Like यहाँ पे सरसों का तेल, like North India सरसों का तेल, South India कोकोनट का तेल जैसे होता है ना, कुछ भी होता है तेल लगा दो हो जाएगा, तेल मालिश कर दो हो जाएगा, खाने में डाल दो, सिर पे डाल दो, बॉडी पे डाल दो, सब कुछ के लिए. That is how olive also used in those things. But also, lots of such, again, historical, mythical, spiritual connections with olive. And olive and ficus, by the way, the Attimara have a similar connection, by the way. Both are very, very strong trees. Both are very hardwood. So hardwood that they're not used for too many carvings, etc., because it's so hard. But only things they're used for is for royalty. Both these trees are carved into thrones. The thrones of kings and queens and royalties were always made out of olive. In the whole European civilization, in India, a lot of the ficus trees are what give the royalty thrones. So again, that's the reason I have olive as well, which is thriving. Olive is there in India nowadays.
Olive is thriving. I thought olive needs deserty land. You don't have a desert area, no?
Olive doesn't need deserty land, actually. It's a myth again. Olive grows in Mediterranean region.
Right, that's right, actually.
Not in the arid, deserts.
Okay.
So it requires, what it requires is it cannot stand chill at all. It cannot be in a place where there is any amount of snow. So it has to be a little more dry, but not necessarily, deserty region.
Okay.
So
that place I was cycling was a little bit deserty, so I thought it was like that.
No, it's actually, like, for example, Israel. It is part of the desert, but
right. It's not actual desert.
Exactly. It'll not grow in Saudi Arabia, for example.
Right, but you're saying Rajasthan is where it's growing, so that again, it's close to a
Rajasthan is very growing. Yeah, but not in the deserty Thar parts of
Yeah. I get that.
And Mediterranean is basically that. When the desert meets the sand, the one side of the thing becomes too arid, which is the desert. The other side becomes the hilly Mediterranean, nice little coast, including Italy and Greece, and all of those parts is where it is at the end of the day.
Okay, I wasn't. Yeah, okay, good. That's a nice way of putting it. I wasn't aware of the connection of desert and Mediterranean. But so coming to this, when you say Athimara and olive are kind of similar, it's very interesting because olive makes sense that they would make olive such a big deal because it is part of the prosperity also. While this Athimara tree, I don't think it serves any purpose except that it just plays this role.
Yeah, maybe true from a human prosperity perspective. But in India, Athimara, Aladmara, Ashwatmara are one of the largest canopy trees. All these are canopy trees. And they're also, the fruits of Athimara are a big source for, if you want to go to one tree and find the maximum number of animal species, kind of finding it as a habitat, those are nothing but Athimara, Ashwatmara, Aladmara. The people tree,